Hi and good morning, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is VlogsBoutNothin. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your very busy morning to join me. I really appreciate it. I hope that you guys are just waking up and starting your day just like I am. Look at me. I'm trying to show off my chiseled abs. But no, seriously, look at this tan. I really got to get some sun. Seriously. I need some sun about as bad as every millennial and loser boomer needs a new job as it concerns security over at your local Walmart. And so, thanks again for joining me. I really appreciate it. I hope that when you go on out the door, you have a lovely afternoon. Just kind of a little bit of dark humor to start out your day. And a kind reminder that to all private security officers and companies out there who profit from supervising the poorest of all of us. I dare say that you are, in fact, a very big Richard. So here's the thing. There's been a plethora of propaganda, directed right on down towards us peasants, us poor people, us slaves, as it concerns large corporations and hiring private security to make sure that we're not doing what we're not supposed to be doing. Kind of like loser parents. Although they are getting paid, so they actually have some kind of incentivization to be Richards. Parents just kind of are that way, I think, sometimes because they have no other way to be. Their parents weren't very nice to them either, which puts us in this very awkward situation. So, have you guys noticed, seriously, that, like, private security is a joke? You feel me? I mean, I don't want to be told by some other guy that's, 5 years younger than me walking around strapped like he's, that, like, for what any reason. It blows my mind, right? That, like, I think these guys belong outside the white collar office buildings in the largest districts of our financial cities all over the world. That's where they belong. And they belong in the buildings, making sure the employees aren't, committing crimes. That's where literally private security would do well. However, they're hired by those guys to, cause trouble between all of us. Point in fact, just recently I learned that a lot of the former Enron executives only got a handful of years in prison for literally destroying millions of people's lives, while there are tens of thousands of criminal court cases that are pending throughout the country that involve petty misdemeanors and arbitrary loopholes provided by the rich directly to you, the poor. And so, again, I mean, job creation is one thing, but hiring a bunch of local security guards at the Walmart to patrol to make sure your homeless population isn't stealing Snickers bars isn't exactly a high priority. And in fact, it puts like everyone in an awkward situation, right? Because the people who are shopping at Walmart aren't the criminals of the world. They're not criminal masterminds. I mean, you should be more concerned with the guys in the actual building there at Walmart, right? And that's not a lot of things, not a lot of time people talk about that. Employee theft and boosting, or whatever these new hot words are that corporations have made up to justify employing 6 additional security guards at your local Walmart while you're forced to be a slave, check yourself out, be gaslit when you're looking for assistance for anything that involves anything at all in the store. It's almost just like you, a bunch of randos in some blue vests, and all of these weird, ugly dudes walking around in all black with guns, making sure that Walmart is safe. You understand? Or whatever, Target. I mean, how many of these places do you walk into nowadays and completely feel like, well, for all lack of better terms, you're actually in jail, seeing as though you go and you try to buy some deodorant for the pits, or some toothpaste for your teeth, and wouldn't you know, you gotta wait because somebody has to come open that door for you, just in case. White Rain or Alberto VO5 somehow suffers any more losses than they currently do for selling us poison. I mean, they're locking up the poison, which is ironic at best. But regardless, it sheds light on the fact that we live in a super sus world where, like, literally, it's about as bad as it can get. When poor people can't shop at Walmart for their groceries, because they're made to feel some type of way by some overly energetic, wannabe America Ferrera, or and I like America Ferrera, for the record, but what I don't like is when private individuals, especially of that personality type, like, overdo it, and like, dude, you're the manager at Walmart. You're not like, I understand that it's a good job and everything, and I love Walmart. I advocate for Walmart basically on the daily. What I don't advocate for is the continued sort of treatment that poor people receive when they're trying to get by, and that bothers me, right? It bothers me as a young brown person to walk into stores and to be followed around by security. Like, that bothers me. I understand I look a little weird. I understand my hair isn't combed, my shirt was buttoned, but nonetheless, I have never stole anything from Walmart in my entire life. This is without question. I can't stress this to you enough. There's been times in my life where I've been hanging out with friends, most notably and most recently, the old boomer who I learned was just like the most petty thief of all time. I guess this was right around after the time I found out she was smoking that CRA. Well, I don't want to say it else because you can think of for yourself, but regardless, we're at the store, you feel me, and like we're leaving, and all of a sudden she pulls out like this little rubber duck or something. People are weird, okay? And like, people that steal and stuff, that's a weird thing, but like, what's more ironic than that is I've never stole anything from Walmart in my life, but take it from any black, brown, or poor white person that's ever been into a Walmart or any other kind of convenient setup, a small, how many times does the Superstition Springs mall cops get called on me when I'm trying to spend a large amount of money at the Scottsdale Fashion Plaza Mall? That's a thing. Every time I go there, whether it's just the Apple store on the outside right there, just right outside on the street to Scottsdale Boulevard, or the actual Fashion Plaza itself, I guess I fit the bill. I guess all of these professionally trained and apt people and their, services are like shown pictures of people like me. And they're like, hey, you see this guy or you see anybody that looks like him, definitely follow him around because these guys are the worst offenders. They're locked up in jail for the most petty crimes, the most petty offenses, and it's our job to police the poor people, the overly marginalized people, right? I mean, forget the fact that like the CEO of this company is like taking us for all we got. At least he's paying our bills, right? And he has enough to pay for his legal defense when it comes time to him being sued for exploiting us all. One thing that poor people don't have is a recourse of action, right? This is why people pick on poor people. There is no way for them to defend themselves. In what kind of situation, in what magically Karen world, is there a scenario where a single black, brown, or poor white man can stand up for himself against any of these said corporations as it concerns like the treatment of that person? Well, there is no recourse. And again, this is why people in authority take advantage on a daily of people that like they know aren't going to do anything. That's literally the definition of a bully. And seriously, like, I'm not okay with like, this is gonna go on forever? Walmart's just gonna slowly take out all the employees, Kroger's gonna slowly take out all the employees, force our labor to help them, and then hire people to police us so that we can feel intimidated when we're shopping at Walmart. Again, it's all real weird. It's real weird stuff. There are police officers who are sworn to oblige and obligate and have obligatory duties to constituents, and even sometimes they make mistakes. But keep in mind that I'd much rather have a police officer or a member or a representative of Uncle Sam any point in time than I would have some rando my age policing Walmart like it's some type of border entry part in like an active war zone. It's a Walmart, dude. Seriously. And like while you're following me around, do you understand that like there are many other people that like point in fact, a buddy of mine, his name is Grant. Dude, how are you, my brother? But anyways, we used to steal stuff from the mall, and you know how we did that? He was white, I was brown. We would literally in a mall watch as the camera followed me while I was doing nothing, while I could see across the room while my friend was happily putting clothes in his bag, while the camera was literally panned and focused and following me. My buddy was making out with some really cool clothes there. So thanks to Dillard's. We want to thank you guys for providing us with the clothes that you did and the time that you did, because I never did anything, you know? It's the fact that, and the irony that companies do this, that like at some point do they not understand that like people realize, and that I can be gaslit as much as you possibly would like, but like I'm not gonna just, I mean, it's really awkward. The other day we talked about like having my space, you feel me? And I'm an awfully vigilant dude. And something that really bothers me when I'm out in the real world is when people like literally go out of their way to like stalk you. Like, I got enough of that online, you feel me? I worry about that every single day of my life. I don't need to worry about it in the real world too, you feel me? I mean, and that's the way that it is. So I mean, have you guys ever felt like that? Have you ever felt lambasted, like in terms of like you're black, brown, young, poor, white, and people are giving you a hard time about your circumstances, things that you can't control because of their hateful personalities? I just, all the while they're getting paid to enforce the sort of doctrine that is so inherently evil. I can't possibly even begin to understand what it's about, nor do I ever want to even think I want to understand what it's about, because it's wrong. And again, while the random Luigi is following me around in the parking lot, I don't understand. Like I don't understand. Is this like some kind of psychological warfare? Is this like, are we getting weird with this? What is going on? I'm not sure I ever really understand when it comes to those guys with guns at Walmart, you know? I mean, this is America, right? I mean, how many other people all over the world would think that we're literally insane for thinking that, like, it's like even remotely safe to bully poor people and go into Walmarts like where there's other dudes that are like ex law enforcement because they couldn't handle rules, so they had to join places that paid them less so they didn't have to oblige by the rules. Yeah, okay, sure, dude. Good old Terry over here freaking from I don't know. I don't know what makes sense to men. I don't know what gets them up in the morning. I know that Rent-A-Cop uniform, that plastic badge, and that $15 an hour sounds like a real deal, but it's just making you look like a real stupid person because, well, you're working poor too, and you're picking on poor people. So it's not really a good look, I'm just saying. Like, I'm just saying. So I hope that you guys have a really good day. And if you happen to be out in a retail establishment and you're reminded that we live in, this sort of Orwellian state where Brosnan security is, up and out there just holding their AKs like they're going to, do something if you make them upset, let's not disturb the peace here, sir. This is, in fact, the most Nazi kind of a business that we can facilitate. Are you smiling, sir? I'm sorry, you're going gonna have to leave. It's like, whoa, alrighty. I now know why somebody couldn't follow the rules when it came to doing an actual job that you could have, in fact, made into a career. But no. Instead, we deal with the police academy fallouts or the military rejects. And again, do I mean what I say? I absolutely do. Because if you had any like sort of brain, you would like utilize those services that you failed out of, and you do what I do best in life, and that's figure out what you don't do best, figure out what you're not good at, and don't do that thing. You know what I mean? So like instead of forcing it on yourself and signing up for that $15 an hour so that you can, display your goods of services, mine's bigger than yours. Oh wait, no it's not. I have a gun. Oh my god. Okay, yours is bigger. You win. Where's your big truck? You probably drive a really big truck too, don't you? Okay, so you drive a really big truck, you work security, and you own a gun. Alrighty. Yep. Good old American boy there, too. Do you go home and beat your wife, too? Is that what happens? Are you a registered Republican? You gonna vote for Trump? You gonna be a happy guy on November 5th when Trump's president? Are these the kind of people that we are describing? I dare say that we most likely are. I hope that you guys have a really good day. And again, just, keep a smile on your face and, start a YouTube channel. Let things happen to you and then come voice out your concerns, because again, I mean, my whole life is public. Every single interaction I have had in the past few months, I have just so ever happily, discussed, from one night stands to being picked on at Walmart. After all the good things I say about Walmart, seriously, how dare you, Walmart? I'd fire all those rent-a-cops and hire actual employees. And then if something ever actually happened at my store, crazy, I know, but I'd call the cops. This is what I would do. And in fact, I'd probably save you tens of millions of dollars throughout all of your thousands of locations on the known planet. It's those employees that you got to worry about. And the customers that make a lot of money. In fact, proportionate to income, did you know that wealthy people steal more than poor people? Just laying out some more facts. I hope that you guys have a really good day, and thanks again for watching my show. Bye. Hopefully next time you see me, my hair will be combed and I'll be better dressed, but I'm not sure if we're going to get that much from me at this point. I hope that you guys have a really good day, okay? Bye.